Welcome to the Bear Pit Pod. We couldn't stay away.
Before we had done.
Before we had a break, before we had an holidays. And
you text me, and your quote of the text was, emergency pod this Tuesday, question mark.
Emergency pod. Seems as though, a few things have happened, I suppose, since we...
Big things happened, yeah. I feel like we're a bit, it's, a couple of weeks ago now, or at least a week and a half. I feel like we're almost late to the party with this. We already knew it, so
we're definitely late.
Yeah,
definitely
late.
Like
it's breaking. Someone's going to see this pod and go, "What? We got ROWETT as the manager."
Yeah, exactly. Wherever you're watching, listening, wherever, like it. This is an emergency pod. Go and like the stream. Go stream YouTube. See, I've lost it. I don't know how to do it anymore. It's been a week and a half. Like it on SoundCloud, YouTube, Acast, iTunes. Leave us a 5-star review. Any of that. This is your emergency pod, so we're going to take a look at Gary Rowett.
That's going to be the title, isn't it?
Yeah, emergency
pod.
The last pod, I think, at first we were told that Lambert was staying, then Big Sam and Moisey got sacked, and we were thinking, right, one of these two are going to be coming in, but we went back in for Gary Rowett after he turned us down first time round, and it all got sorted very quick.
Not for a millisecond was... Even when Lambert went, he was on no one's radar.
No.
Because he rejected us.
He wasn't in the betting.
I'm not surprised either. He rejected us 4 months ago. And when I first saw it, my initial thought was annoyance that a man could reject my club. I mean, did he come to us? Did we approach him? I don't know how it worked.
We approached him and he signed a new deal straight away with Derby. And I think at that point, were they second in the league?
They were second. But this time, was it us that went to him? Or did he approach us first?
I think we've definitely gone back in again.
I mean, it's a ballsy move from a club, and a lot of high-profile businessmen would be quite reluctant to go back to someone that's just said no to you. So, I mean, if it pays off, it's a good move from the Coates family. And yeah, it's a shock, a massive shock.
It was, and I think something I took from all this as well is that John Coates was the driver of this.
Yeah,
he was at the forefront of the deal. It seems making the decisions. He was on the picture with the manager and Tony Scholes. Peter Coates was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah,
maybe the baton's been passed on though.
You can't help but think that. Yeah, can't help but think that. Probably about time. I mean, how old is Coates now? He's 79, I think. It's got to happen eventually, and I think it's a smart move. It's a smart move.
I think it's about time he maybe just enjoys his life, retirement or whatever. But he's 80 years old.
80 years old. But I mean, a little bit hesitant because we know how passionate Peter Coates was.
Yeah.
I'm not saying John Coates isn't, but you just don't know at this stage if his heart's really in it. He's willing to sink all his money in. Another slight worry is that the majority of the Coates' wealth now comes from Denise and Bet365.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm right here, but you can't help but think that she's not quite as into it as John, and certainly not Peter. So when, the time comes that Peter's not with us anymore, you're going to be left with 2 siblings. I get the impression one is not as keen or as invested anyway in the club as the other. And I don't know. I don't think that was the purpose of this emergency pod, but it's just a thought that crosses my mind.
No, I can get it. I know that she is very committed to the business, and I think she pretty much spends all of her time there. Running the business.
I just worry that she sometimes sees Stoke as a bit of a resource drain, a mild distraction, but I don't know. But John Coates, well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Another thing about this deal as well, unlike Stoke, it all got done very, very quickly. Apparently it was done so fast because Gary Rowett was about to go on his holidays, on his jolly bobs, but he's still apparently been doing stuff even though he's gone away. But yeah, I'm happy with the appointment.
Yeah.
I don't think we could have got anyone better really in that market, potentially.
He's slightly left field for Stoke in the sense that, Coates has gone for your Pulis and Hughes in the past, someone with a load of experience. And Rowett, as well as he's done, he's not got a long depth experience. He's only been managing since about 2013, something like that. So he's hardly 5 years in management, which isn't a great deal compared to what we've had before. It's difficult. You look back on his managerial career, I wouldn't say it's kind of glittering in success. It's been steady progress all the way.
He's consistently near the playoffs.
Yeah.
Twice to the final with Burton and failed.
Yeah.
Birmingham, he steered them away from safety in his first season. Second season there, he was in 7th. Very much challenging for a playoff spot, but then got wrongly dismissed really. Then brought Zola in and then it all went downhill.
Yeah.
And then Derby, the season just gone. He's got them into the playoffs, but unsuccessful.
Yeah.
Did they go out to the eventual people who went to Fulham?
Yeah, they did. They lost to Fulham 2-1. Yeah.
So it seems like it can consistently get you into that area, but I think we were expecting a bit more now. We want to be pushing for the top.
We've got it. I mean, with the money we anticipate coming in, we need to be challenging right near the top, as in the top 2. I don't know. When you look back on his managerial career, it's all right. I think the best job he's done on paper is probably Birmingham. When you consider where they've been before and since he was the manager, like generally around the relegation zone, they've just scraped survival the past few seasons. And getting them actually all the way to 7th before he was dismissed is an amazing achievement.
Yeah.
That's the best he's done so far. Derby, I don't know, he was there for 7 months, 8 months. Yeah, and this is a Derby that always generally finishes in and around the playoffs, and they finished 6th, I believe, 6th or 5th. So it's not like...
And they always seem to bottle it around.
And they always seem to bottle it. So
no change this season. They absolutely screwed it from
every single time.
March onwards, April onwards.
I mean, the more I kind of look at his managerial record and boil it down, I'm not saying I feel more pessimistic for it, but there's nothing to go off, really, is there? Really, he's done with teams what they generally expect him to do, kind of. Apart from Birmingham, which is a bit different, but I don't know. But I like the way he speaks. I like the way he comes across. He's quite passionate. He's enthusiastic. He's young. There's a lot of boxes that we're ticking there that we've not ticked for a little while. I feel so. Just watching him speak, you do get the sense that he can take us places. You'd listen to him. He looks like he'd bollock someone if they pissed about.
Oh yeah.
He looks like a real tough nut, doesn't he?
I think he'd be laying down the law.
Yeah, big. And that's what we really need. And yeah.
Another point on this is we went and stole him from a championship rival, 1.8 million, and have we immediately come into the championship and said, right, the big boys are here?
That's you're spot on.
And there's been a lot of pissed off Derby fans.
Yeah, which has been
brilliant.
Yeah, including one of my mates is a big Derby fan. He wasn't too happy. I think a few Derby fans have been claiming that didn't want him anyway, long ball, which I'm not quite having that. He's like a Derby fan, isn't he? He played for Derby and stuff. But you're so right. As soon as we got the deal done, and we signed him from a club, as we've just said,
challenges.
Yeah, definitely. They're always in and around the playoffs. Occasionally they float the automatic place. This isn't some lower mid team that we could easily pinch the manager from. This is a team that should be our rivals, and we've kind of just come in like the big dogs and said, "Come here." And I really kind of think that will give the club a really good profile and image to potential players and players we've already got that might think, I think Stoke mean business to you. I think what it's done from a PR point of view is massive.
It's good. Good. And his football, like I said, is said to be direct.
I don't give a shit.
Even though Derby were 4th highest scorers in the championship last year.
I've been through this before. This football snobbery thing. If it gets us up,
who cares?
I don't care what style we play. And there's nothing to say that long ball has to be boring football. When we had Pulis, when we had Jermaine Pennant on the wing in Everington and Kenwyn Jones and Fuller and all that, it was long ball. I'm not going to deny that, but it was exciting. And if we can play a long direct style that's exciting and gets us goals and wins,
who cares?
Who cares? And bring it on. It's absolutely fine in my eyes.
Who bloody cares?
Yeah.
He said as well, I can promise a team that will reflect the passion and desire of Stoke City fans. I have done that with all the teams I've had. The difference here is that I will be able to build in a way that will hopefully make us very competitive right from the start.
Perfect. Well, it's difficult to read into managers. They're going to say the cliches, aren't they? They're going to tin their boxes. But yeah, fine. All good.
But what does he need to do now? What if it was you taking over and you've got that job now? Where do you start?
Strikers. I don't know who within the club is going to go up to him, because if you just come to a club and you want to speak to maybe some of the background staff that are still there and go, right, what's going on? Yeah. Maybe Cartwright's goals. Surely to God someone's just going to write one word on a piece of paper, slide it over to him, and it just says strikers. That he's got to put. In the moment, we've got absolutely nothing.
No firepower.
We've got a Berahino who doesn't score, who literally hasn't scored. Juve, not having it. An ageing Crouch. We've got to get some strikers in. Tyrese Campbell. And I'd also be very tempted if I was ROWETT to speak to Joe Allen quickly and see if he's tempted. Because I think Allen's a real asset in that division. I think he's just what we need, that energy in the middle.
We've also got Bojan coming back if he'll stay.
Can you see Bojan doing well playing in the Championship? I mean,
I'll be honest. I can.
Can you?
Especially after that article came out, I think it was a week or so ago, about the anxiety and the pressure. And if I know that's why. I think that's why he enjoyed Stoke when he first came here so much, was because there was all any press compared to like Barcelona or in other
Ajax
places.
and was it AC Milan? Yeah. It's the first time he probably come to a club and it's just not quite.
Yeah, so
you need to win the league.
Dropping down to the Championship. Could that suit him even more?
Maybe.
I don't know if I'm pulling at strings, but there's definitely less of a media circus in the Championship than the Premier League, and it might give him a place to flourish.
We all want that kind of fairy tale ending for Bojan because it was such a great start, and the middle's just been a crap. If there's a happy ending to all this with Bojan, maybe coming up and 20 league goals or something. I can't see it myself, and I'll be surprised if he starts consistently or is even at the club come next year. But I'd love to see it work out for him because everyone loves Bojan.
We can hope.
We'll see.
But so far on the transfer front, there's been talk of signing Vidra from Derby themselves, top scorer in the Championship.
Again, that
would be exactly what we need.
Exactly that intent with same thing with pinching Rowett. If we come down months later, we signed the top scorer from last year. It shows again we mean business to other prospect signings.
Yeah, so I can't think of anyone who wouldn't be a fan of that move.
Yeah, it's 22 league goals he got last year, was it? Something like that.
That's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
Ben Osborne, midfielder from Forest.
I don't know. This is unknown territory.
I'm just saying because we've been Premier League snobs. We've been spoiled.
Looked down for a while.
I haven't looked into the Championship for a long time.
Is he anything? By some chance, I don't imagine there's a Forest fan watching this. Any good? Any Stoke out there?
Someone said go and get him on the comments on the page, but I think the rest again didn't really know who he was.
Yeah.
But young talent. I think he's played at every England youth level.
Yeah.
But like I say.
What position does he play?
Sure, midfielder. I think he's a winger.
Okay, yeah, winger's a good shout.
Could be a Shaq replacement, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Sorry, by the way, I am ill, everyone. If you keep hearing me sniffing,
hay fever,
hungover, the lot. On the way out, Chupo seems like he's going to be off. Apparently, his agent is looking for a move away.
Yeah.
See you later, mate.
We'll file that as a failure. Just whatever. It's weird. I bigged him up a lot when he first come. I was talking to him being like the next cult here and all this sort of stuff, but I was wide of the mark with that.
Sobby also apparently on the way out.
His agent needs to shut up.
Yeah.
His agent seems to be in the bloody press every other week saying, we've got plenty of offers from the Premier League.
Several Premier League offers.
Well, go there, you know what I mean? He said that in January, did he? Or something like that?
Yeah, he said it again today, or King Foot have reported it, and they're quite close to Sobby. Obviously, they're quite close to the club as well, doing the Arabic page. But they also said they want to get the deal done before the World Cup.
I mean,
probably they don't want people.
2 weeks.
They don't want people to have a chance to look at him.
Yeah, I think a lot of Stoke fans have kind of. There's two camps with Sobey now. One is he's got it, but we just need to find it again. Others are thinking no, he's just not good enough. I'm of the former still myself. I do think there's a player in there. I don't know where he's gone. If we can get it out of him again, I think he'd be a real asset in the Championship. But I'm not going to,
I mean, the game against Hull, there was a couple of
Middlesbrough last year.
Borough,
he tore him apart.
Yeah,
I know it's Borough, not.
It must be in there somewhere.
It is
just
there.
Gain it out of him because at the minute he's got no final product whatsoever.
Yeah, it feels like something's been coached out of him. It's almost like he was a bit too gung ho, and the coach said you need to be a bit more conservative with possession and think about your. I don't know.
Another potential move, but in the backroom staff, is that Delap could potentially be coming with Rowett. Obviously, he's the under-18s boss at Derby. I jokingly said that the announcement video for Rowett should have been Delap long throwing him from Pride Park to the Bet365. Didn't get listened to though. Sorry, Stoke social media team. But it'd be a great move.
I'd love that.
And it'd win so many fans over.
It would be. I keep saying PR in this podcast. I don't know why I'm in that sort of mentality. But again, bringing like a Stoke legend like Rory back. I'd love to see him be instantly kind of introduced to like assistant manager, but visibly within the dugout during games. I think that'd be a really good place to put him.
I actually spoke to Rory, asked him about this, but I can't say what he said. I can't.
You can't for that.
He asked me not to, but...
I'm trying to elicit something that might... Was it...
I can't give any clues.
You can't, can you? I don't want to trip you up here.
No.
Tell me after that.
Don't, yeah. Also, shout out though to Rory and the guys. They're doing... And Frosty, I think, from Twitter as well. They're all doing the Tower to Tower, currently raising money for the Donna Louise. I think it's from the Eiffel Tower to Tower Bridge in London.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. Go check the pages out. Go check Rory on Twitter. They're posting updates. I think they were doing a row the other night. Go check it out because it's all for a good cause. Yeah. Also on that subject, we partner with the Dougie Mac. You might have seen this on the page. We've got an upcoming shop or store coming soon with some. Wait till you see some of these designs and stuff I've done. Racking my brains about what can I make. I've made some stuff and it'll either hit or miss. But t-shirts, the cap, what people have already seen by now. The Wilco mug, but rebranded, and then there's some out there t-shirt designs. So let's just say that. But we're going to be giving £1 of each of the sales to the Dougie Mac, and we're also going to be looking at some other fundraising ideas. As it's a charity close to my heart, so I wanted to do something, and obviously, it's just good to give something back with the platform that we've got. So, yeah, we're also partnered with the Dougie Mac now, which is good.
Very good, very positive.
Very good.
Yeah.
We've also had some pre-season news, sort of, because the first one was announced by the other club.
As is tradition.
Union Berlin. Apparently that's going to be a training camp. I think they also play QPR in Norwich in a mini tournament, but it's not actually in Berlin.
Yeah.
I think, is it Westphalia or somewhere?
I don't know. I come to this podcast to get as much news as the people watching it from you.
Yeah.
I do no research.
You don't know, do you? But yeah, that's one game. And then the other that was actually announced by the club was we're going to be playing Wolves at the Bet365.
I'm sure all Stokies, and I've seen all Stokies from speaking to them, who the hell's organised that? Because I reckon that is, honestly, I think one of the worst pre-season friendlies I've seen Stoke have to play in a long time. Wolves, I reckon, will bring 2,000 to 4,000 just because they're riding on a high. It's up the road. They'll be giving the big one, Premier League, all that sort of stuff. Who's decided that's a good idea? It'll probably kick off as well. The police must have been like, who's sanctioned this? Who is it, Scholes? Don't know. Ridiculous decision. I'm not going that.
Who was the last home pre-season game we had? Was it the Spanish team? Was it Betis?
I can't even. Yeah, we went for a little spell of. I think we played
Espanyol or Betis,
something like that a few years back.
I think that was the last home pre-season game we had.
Was it? It's been a while, but effectively, if you go in that game, you're going to be paying £5-10 to watch Wolves fans take the piss for 90 minutes. I'm not going that. Ridiculous decision.
So yeah, if you can come and do a match day experience for us on that game, because Craig's not going and I won't go because I'm on holiday. I think. Also, Kevin Wimmer's gone.
Well, temporarily gone. I don't. You know, I always feel a bit like I don't like mugging off Stoke players too much, but that one I can say hand on heart was a washout. I'm not saying he might pick his career up, but the time at Stoke was an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. I blame Scholes more than I do Vimmer. And Cartwright.
And Hughes.
I blame them for
I think that was one of them that was more Hughes's than anyone's. I can't remember where I read that.
Yeah, he had the final say and he kind of got over the line. But for me, the worst signing in the club's history.
Yeah.
18 million. That's all you need to know.
Definitely.
18 million.
Mbula did a bit.
Mbula had potential. Berahino had done something. Vimmer, he played 5, 6, 7 games for Tottenham. Then got bombed. It was 18 million.
Daniel Levy had our pants down.
Oh, no wonder in the Championship. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Mbula's another one who's coming back.
Yeah,
I kept Toulouse up. They survived relegation.
If we get the Mbula of 2.5 years ago, or whenever it was, doing it in the Championship, he will absolutely tear that division.
As if he's got the motivation to do that.
I don't know.
Problem with it.
If I was, again, backroom staff, I'd go to Ralph and say, this player's got it. If you can get it out of him, he will be such an asset. I think more than Bojan and more than Muniesa, we should go hell for leather to try and get Mbula back in some capacity to the player that we briefly saw.
I read somewhere that Muniesa is not coming back because I think they've got an option to buy.
Yeah,
and they're activating it.
Yeah, fair enough.
The other, what I can think of off the top of my head, players that are either coming or going is Stephen Ireland and Johnson. And I read it a while ago, but it's still not. Even though it said shortly this will be announced, it's still not been announced. But apparently there will be a decision made on their contracts whether to renew or not. Even though Percy said a while ago that Ireland was told in an email that his contract was not renewed.
Okay.
So they could be both gone. I think I'd have taken Ireland in the Championship.
I think so, but I suppose he has come back from long-term injury, and I think we were just being kind to him by
But he did have a couple of good games, right?
Yeah, he did. I mean, midfield's a little bit thin on the ground at the moment, but I do like Ireland to a point, but I just think if we need to probably turn a focus somewhere else if we really serious about getting up again. I'm not saying it'd be a disaster or anything like that, but I just think, he's just been with the club for years now, and I just think it's time to
let him go.
Just to move on from the whole Ireland thing.
Also,
personally.
There's the obvious ones who are going to be going. Probably your Jack Butland.
Mm-hmm.
Karius made that mistake. 2 mistakes in the Champions League final, so that's probably...
That's nailed on it.
Liverpool will want someone now.
Yeah.
Chelsea could potentially.
Yeah.
Shaqiri, he's got to be gone. Ndai's got a clause, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be gone. Allen's the other one.
Big question mark there. He said he was looking to come in as a manager.
Yeah, he said he talked to him.
That would be... I reckon of all the 4, Allen, to keep Allen would be the biggest one as well. The best one to keep. Because I think we need to get rid of Butland for the money. Shaqiri, I don't know. I don't think he'd fancy it in the Championship. And Ndai's been good when he's been here, but he's only been here half a year. Joel, and I think there's a real potential. That engine in the Championship is vital. And I think if we could somehow keep him, which I don't think we will, I think it'd be an amazing coup. Amazing.
Well, let's see if we can. I think we've got a good chance of keeping Joel on because they've only got that clause if a top 6 side comes in.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them.
I don't see why they would. He's already got the top 6 Liverpool. Didn't work, so I don't see why another team would do it.
Maybe not. Today, on the last of our agenda, before we get onto the people's questions, is we've had the new kits.
Mm-hmm.
We've covered this in a video over on the Bear Pit TV YouTube channel and Facebook, so go and check out there if you want to see it in more depth. But the top line of it is, we're sort of happy with the home one. We're more happy with the away one, the purple. But our favourite is the goalkeeper one.
The green goalkeeper.
Green goalkeeper.
Yeah,
kit.
it's cool.
Smart, isn't it?
It's cool.
Nice little pattern on the sleeves.
Yeah.
Craig said he might even get it to wear at the gym.
Yeah, mate. I don't think I will, but
Do you go to the gym?
Sometimes. I said the gym because it felt like a generic exercise, just a quote, but no, not really.
Not really.
Although you look a bit of a square, wouldn't you, in a goalkeeper top in the gym? You'd look a bit funny, wouldn't you?
Would they know it's a goalkeeper top?
This is the thing, Alex. It's that trend. I don't think it would. I don't know.
Right, let's get on to the people's questions. If you want to see more about the kits, we even rated each one out of 10, each of us.
Exciting stuff.
In-depth review. Go and check it out. Paul M. at Harry still says, first away trip next season. Where do you fancy, low-key or high-profile? The quest on quest. Hashtag the quest on quest.
I think Derby away would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Derby would be very good.
Derby away, because we would sell it out and then it'd be a real hostile atmosphere and it'd be quite funny to...
Now that Villa haven't come up either...
Villa away,
I
yeah.
really like Villa away.
Yeah, we're going Villa away, that'd be good. I live stupidly close to QPR, as in like walkable, so that'd be quite convenient.
And I'm pretty close to Brentford.
Yeah.
And maybe another. Anyway.
Millwall,
that's it.
yeah.
Millwall. Jake Hall, would you rather any players we have going to the World Cup perform well and sell them on for more money, or perform poorly and take the chance we might be able to keep them? Also, you just lost the game, which I forgot existed. Have you played that? The game?
No.
Well, you've just lost the game. Every time you think about the game, you've lost the game. I haven't thought about it for about 5-6 years, and he's just made me lose the game. If you know what that game is, then you know exactly. If you don't, then I'm talking absolute.
I've never heard about that. I do feel annoyed that I've lost it.
Yeah,
you've lost why. I've lost it again.
You lost it
again. It's a good idea. What was the question? I want him to play well because I think it's more value in selling Jabal, and I think likewise there's more value in selling Shaqiri. Joe Allen's not had any tournaments, so that's fine. Play well.
Yeah, play well.
Like a Shaq Worldie or something would be good.
Stuff it. A lot of people asking about the kit, but obviously we've already done that. Aaron Goodwin says he knew we wouldn't be gone long with the podcast. He says, at a time when Stoke fans are all getting back on side with the board, would one signing of the most hated player in football, James McLean, tarnish all the good work?
It's a real contention. I mean, I don't sort of... It's difficult to comment on that one, isn't it?
It is, without knowing the full...
I mean, it's stupidly political. I don't feel this podcast is necessarily the format to air my view. I've never really looked into it until this week, potentially.
I've read his letter.
I read his letter.
From when he sent to Dave Whelan when he was at Wigan, when he first had this issue come up. And I can understand where he's coming from, if I'm being completely honest. But, like I say, I have nowhere near enough the political knowledge to get into this.
No, likewise. So if we discuss him as a player,
I'm not a big fan of him as a player, to be honest.
I think he's had his better days. He's a bit of a loose cannon at the moment, I feel. I think he's likely to get a red card as much as he has a goal or something. But
for the sake of it and for the hassle, I'd just say I would say stay clear.
It would tear the fan base a little bit. It's the thought of a Stoke player getting booed by his own players, I'm not saying... I just couldn't be asked to see that. I wouldn't want that kind of hanging over the club if we could avoid
the promotion charge and all this.
It
maybe taint it.
Yeah,
or just it'd give a problem that we
didn't need. We didn't need. I think there's plenty of players out there like McLean that can probably do that similar job without all the baggage that comes with it. So it's just I don't know if it's worth it.
Say leave it. Yeah. Lawrence Hagen asks us another question that I definitely think we cannot answer. What do you make of the Italian government debacle? Is your investment portfolio heavily weighted in the Eurozone government bonds? Thanks, Lawrence. Stephen Hubbard, who would you have down as our toughest opponents for next season? Also, who do you think will win the World Cup?
I think West Brom
will win the World Cup.
Will win the World Cup. I just think they've got a good team this summer. West Brom, I reckon, are our biggest rivals.
Again, I think West Brom will get stripped of a lot of players. Sturridge goes back. There's no way Kukoviak will stay in midfield.
I just look at the way they finished the season under Darren Moore. I think they're going to offer something. They've done it before, this down-up thing as well.
Yeah, they're very experienced of it.
But, I mean, I've got a few of my mates, good mates, are kind of supporters of championship clubs, and a lot of people in the press are also quoting it's one of the weakest championships for a long time. And when you look through the league, I kind of know where people are coming from. I don't know where the standout favourites are. Naturally, you're going to say Stoke, West Brom, Swansea because we come down. I think Villa have missed a right trip by not going up. They're going to lose the parachute payments, and I think they're in a bit of shit financially.
Yeah,
I don't know. Derby are thereabouts. The squad's aging. Leeds, Forest. I don't know. I think if we get this right, there's no one that particularly scares me, to be honest.
I'm going to say our toughest opponents are... I think Borough will be tough with Pulis.
Borough, yeah, I completely forgot about Uncle Tony.
I think Borough. Yeah. I think he's had a season. He had a halfway go
at it. Yeah,
still got them into the playoffs.
Similar to what he did at Stoke when we did come back.
And now he's got another season at it. I don't think too much of that squad will fall apart.
No,
not like Villa where they've got people going back on loan. They're going to lose a few players. I think now Tony will have...
I think he's spot on.
I think he'll have a strong team.
Can I change my answer to Middlesbrough?
Yeah, you can copy
it. Put a very good
But who do we also think is going to win the World Cup? My case is Argentina.
I'd love Argentina to win it. I just want to see Messi get...
I think he will. I think he knows this is his last chance.
He's 30. He could probably squeeze another one. He's that good. It's not like he's going to be shot at 34.
This will be his best chance.
This is his last peak World Cup anyway.
This is his best chance. There's no standout team, I think, that you go... These guys are going to win it. Germany, yeah, maybe.
Brazil have been better.
Brazil,
France have got
Neymar's only just coming back from injury.
Yeah.
France have got a decent squad, but
Panama are looking handy this year.
Who?
Panama are looking handy this year, aren't they?
So I'm going to say Argentina.
Messi's played in 4 international finals, 1 World Cup, 3 Copper Thingy Bobs. Lost them all, and it's just heartbreaking to see probably the best player of all time not win something. So, other than England, obviously, I'd like to see Messi. 19 to do it.
At the Brutal Sniper says, would you take Scott Carson if Butland leaves?
Speaking to a Derby fan, mate, the other day, and he said he's been excellent.
Yeah,
he's quality keeper. Yeah, I think I would. Isn't it ironic because he rejected us 10 years ago, didn't he? West Brom. When we first got
if not, I'd probably take Angus Gunn. I'd love us to get Angus Gunn, a young, but to buy him. If we weren't going for Angus Gunn, I'd probably take Scott Carson.
I think Scott Carson would be a good purchase, yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Let's have a look at some of these. Geordie of Suburbia says about the Sterling news. He's in trouble for having a tattoo over a rifle. He claims it isn't finished, but is this because he hasn't got the time on it? What do you think about it? I think it's a load of shite.
I think it's a load of shite as well.
And it's our English media trying to ruin our own
specifically the
country's chances again before a major tournament.
I think it's the biggest load of shite.
Said he's had this. Dad got killed by a gun when he was 2 years old. He'd never touched a gun in his life, and it's a sort of a homage, and the rest of it isn't finished.
He says something like, the only shooting I'll ever do is with my right foot, so it's a bit of play on words and themes. I just think, even when you don't even have to explain it, even if you had got one, just for the sake of a tattoo, say, I just think, there's not bigger issues in the world.
The press hate Raheem Sterling.
The Sun really do. They've got a real agenda against him.
Fuck the Sun.
Yeah, it's a load of... I can't speak, but it's absolutely shite.
He's done nothing wrong. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. I hope he goes and scores at the World Cup and celebrates with his leg as a gun.
Yeah.
Shoots like Jamie Vardy. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, it scared me. Yeah, load of bollocks.
Harvey Todd, which current Stoke player will do the best at a logic test? Who's the cleverest?
I always thought Jack...
I know the answer to this.
Do you actually know what?
No, I know who is the cleverest person.
Okay, I'd say Jack's quite switched on. I think Joe Allen as well.
You're wrong.
I think I get rid of Glenn Johnson. Seems reasonably on the ball.
Maybe, but still not correct.
Go on. How do you know this, first of all?
Well, I just know who's the cleverest person in the squad. Moritz Bauer. It's got to be. Flies a plane, plays piano, 5 languages. Easy. He's got it. He's got it locked down.
Yeah, he has.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy one. Let's have a look at some more. George Baldick says, who would win in a fight between a bear and a shark? Depends if it's on land or sea.
Yeah, I mean...
We need... Next podcast we do, George, send in what arena.
It needs a neutral venue.
Well, if it's a half land, half
sea.
sea.
It needs to be in the sky, doesn't it? Something.
Sky?
Yeah, there's neutral venue in it then. Both away from the comfort zone.
Oh, for God's sake.
He has to.
Samster 3339. Just wondering what you guys got in your GCSEs. By the way, love the pod. I got 12 GCSEs A to C.
Did you? I got 11, I think. 11. Yeah.
Reese Hughes, if 2 babies are born at the same time in different time zones, are they the same age? Yes.
Although they could be on different days, so we generally get off the same day. So I mean, in theory, yes, they are, but by the definitions of what we consider time, no. Good question there.
Brilliant. You and James, what do you think of the kits? We've said, but the new left sleeve badge.
Oh, Sky Bet. Sky Bet.
Not only is it Sky Bet, you've got the big yellow when the fun stop as well, which just doesn't go with any of our kits.
It doesn't, does it?
So we're going to have a big
Could yellow, we not come up with
yellow red and blue badge on a purple kit.
The perfect symmetry of colours.
Jesus. So yeah, not
Sky
great. If anyone hasn't seen what that actually looks like, because that's the first time I've seen it, go and look at you and James's tweet.
You know when we said in the other podcast that as it sunk in relegation, I said that it'll come in little things, the fixture list and all that sort of stuff. Seeing what would be on our arm, the sponsors, the Sky Bet sponsors on the arm, that was the first little clanger that we've gone down.
I'm sure that
there'll be many more.
I'm sure that they're not happy at that. Sky Bet on the same kit as at Bet365.
Yeah,
Bet365 are going to be in the Sky Bet Championship.
Yeah,
they can't be happy with that.
They do it. Yeah,
it's not very good promo.
Bet365 be raging as well because it's saying when the fun stops stop. Bet365 aren't saying that. They're taking away from their industry there.
Lee Davies says, we all know a lot needs to be done regarding transfer dealings, i.e. players out and then players in. Do you think we've learned anything regarding how slow we seem to operate? Add this to the inconvenience of the World Cup and transfer window shutting before any championship games take place this year. Surely players need to go out, come in early so we can make sure the team is okay in pre-season friendlies. I do know what he means. I was thinking we'd have a confirmed in or out player by now.
Well,
we've had Wimmer go out on
He's on his holiday. When's he get back? He needs to crack on with that.
Gary, when are you back from Benidorm?
He does need to hurry up because that's a really good point that I've not really pondered until now. But the World Cup just gets in the way.
2.5 weeks till the World Cup.
Then so it closes before the championship season even starts, which is the
first weekend,
3rd or 4th of August. That gives us fucking hell. I mean, that gives us 2 weeks without a World Cup. I mean, stuff will happen anyway. It's not like we're looking for the World Cup pool necessarily, unless they play for Panama. It's a bit harsh in Panama. I hope they beat us now. Good point. We need to crack on.
We do need to get moving. Let's get shifting.
Yeah.
Sue Ikens, I hope I said it right. Ikens. When are Scholes and Cartwright getting the sack? They have to take their share of the blame for our shocking recruitment.
I think the big point to just consider is that they're not gonna.
I don't think.
We need to move on. I'm with you on that one, but it's not going to happen. So we need to move on.
It's not happening. I think they've won a lot of people back on side with a managerial appointment.
Yeah, a little bit. At least they were swift with it. But I think Rowett's holidays forced that.
Yeah.
The movement to that slightly. But yeah, it's not going to happen. Let's move on. For now, let's move on.
Richard Duvall says, which youth players have a realistic chance of being in the game day squad next season?
I mean, is Edward still a youth player?
No, I think he's signed a professional deal.
I mean, Sorensen.
Campbell.
I mean,
maybe Verlinden.
I mean, I don't know enough about the kind of youth squads to comment, to be honest.
But I think they are the key ones.
Yeah.
I think they're the key ones. Mandy Francis, which players have made an absolutely firm commitment to stay, regardless of which, if any, were going, but decided to stay based upon the appointment of a new manager? I'm not sure about on the appointment of a new manager. But Bauer said he wants to stay. Ryan. Bruno? Did Bruno say? Eric Peters definitely did.
Yeah.
I think they're the 4.
And Alan
who've come out publicly. Alan said he'd give his support to the manager and have a chat with him.
Yeah, there's not many. There's 3 defenders that have definitely come out and said that. But after that, yeah.
Ash Mould says, why after 2,000 complaints last year have you he says you, I think he means the club, not us, we don't sell the kits, opted to sell your fans down the river with Macron as kit supplier again? Was there 2,000 complaints? That's a lot.
I don't know.
That's a lot of complaints.
I don't know what was wrong with them. There's something wrong with them.
I think it was the quality on was it the first season we had them, everything was peeling off on the training kit.
Yeah, I've got me the original one from 2 years ago, which is just like the odd letters stuck on here and there. Yeah. Wasn't it like a mini rumour we weren't going to be going with them again?
Yeah, apparently a couple of people were saying, I think we posted on the page as well, that they were at least looking at the option of terminating with Macron, but gone back with them.
Still there.
I think we've got 2 more years off him after this. 2 more seasons.
I don't mind him, he's just a little fella.
On the shoulder.
On the side, yeah. He's going to get away with the Sky Bet thing, isn't he?
Pretty much. Last one. We've already done that one. Owen Bloor says, are the transfer rumours that we are having at the minute realistic buys for Stoke? I believe they are, but some people may disagree. I think everyone who's been linked with is pretty realistic. Vidra, Osborne. I don't think Gale. I think Gale's probably a bit out of our now. I think he'll stay.
Do you think? Yeah. I mean, there's only 2 in that sense, and now.
Not Osborne. I think that's obviously realistic for someone from Nottingham Forest every day of the week. That has been everyone's questions. Favourite one?
The time zone one.
Because we don't know if we're right.
I think we answered it quite well, but it's just interesting to ponder that.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
It is. That has been the Bear Pit Pod. Go and give it a like on YouTube, SoundCloud, Acast, iTunes. Leave us a 5-star review.
Is that it now?
I'm so ill. That's it until we do another. Until we get a new manager.
yeah.
Or something else happens. But yeah.
So that's the first and last emergency pod of the season.
Of the summer.
Anyway. Yeah.
You never know. We might have some more. But something else might happen. We might have to come back. We might sign 5 players next week. Or
we have got to get a move on.
Got to get a shift on. But that has been the Bear Pit Pod. We'll see you when we see you.